Was the attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi a carefully planned terrorist attack or spontaneous response to a YouTube video? A months-long investigation by the New York Times has once again ignited the conversation over what really happened in Benghazi. The Times' David D. Kirkpatrick writes, the reality in Benghazi was different and murkier than either of those storylines suggests. Benghazi was not infiltrated by al-Qaeda, but nonetheless contained grave local threats to American interests. The attack does not appear to have been meticulously planned, but neither was it spontaneous or without warning signs. That excerpt pretty much encompasses the main points of debate about the attack, who was behind it and why, and whether it was planned. Rather than al-Qaeda, the Times says those responsible were local militants that benefited from U.S. support during the uprising against Muammar Gaddafi back in 2011. And it was this anti-Islamic video posted to YouTube, Innocence of Muslims, that largely fueled the violence, according to the Times investigation. Perhaps unsurprisingly, NBC cites a senior Obama administration official who said the White House does not dispute those findings. But critics, in particular Republicans, have pushed a different narrative. Many accuse the administration of misleading the public when then UN Ambassador Susan Rice said the attack was a spontaneous response to that YouTube video. They accuse the administration of downplaying al-Qaeda involvement ahead of the 2012 elections. Among them, New York Congressman Peter King, who blasted the Times' claims that the attack on the U.S. compound was not pre-planned.
So very clear, this was an organized, systematic attack with very skilled mortar operators. This was no kind of mob at all. And to the extent a video was involved, that was really peripheral to the whole situation.
The New York Times investigation doesn't entirely vindicate the administration, though, and suggests some warning signs went unnoticed. Kirkpatrick reports the U.S. was aware of the growing threat from local militants, but was overly focused on al-Qaeda at the time. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn, multiple sources, a broader view.